You're listening to another episode of the Just Go Bike podcast. That's AKA Murph.
And that's AP. And this is the podcast where we talk about cycling just for the fun of it, with tales from all over the nation. Come for the bikes, stay for the fun, and leave with a smile. Well, hello, listeners. Hope you enjoyed listening to the 2023 overnight town interviews. And you may have noticed that Des Moines was missing. So, without further ado, here is the lost file, Trina in Des Moines, the capital of Iowa. Okay, a big warm welcome to Trina. Hi, Trina.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You bet. It is pretty cool to be able to talk about Des Moines, which is our state capital. And the riders are going to want to know what they're going to see when they come to your community. So do you want to start out by maybe telling us your role in as far as RAGBRAI, but also your role as your day job?
Yep. So my full-time job, I am the Vice President of Sales for Catch Des Moines. We are the Convention and Visitors Bureau for the Greater Des Moines region. So day to day, we work to bring meetings and events to the community and make sure that everybody coming with those events have a great experience in our community, and that our city welcomes and is aware of the visitors that are coming in.
And
so with RAGBRAI,
I was going to say, I think it's fair to say most people will know RAGBRAI is coming, right?
Yeah. So with RAGBRAI, obviously our job and our role here is to plan the best possible 2 days that you're going to be in our community and make you feel welcome, since it's kind of a unique time for both the city and the riders. Okay.
So I've mentioned it several times on the podcast on previous episodes, but Des Moines is the capital of Iowa, which is a big deal, at least to me. But will riders get to see the capital as they pedal into town?
Yes, we made a very strong effort to let the riders see some of the main pieces of Des Moines. And one of those is, like you mentioned, the Iowa State Capitol. So on Wednesday, coming into town, riders will go right by the Capitol, stop for a photo op or, whatever you want to do. You're right at the steps of the Capitol. And then leaving town on Thursday, we'll be about a block off, but again, still riding straight past the Capitol, and it'll be in your sights for a few miles at least.
And if you're really feeling energetic after riding all week, it'd be funny to have people run up those stairs because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, Wednesday is only 50 miles, so there should be plenty of energy to just run up and down the Capitol steps.
You're right. Well, tell us what other things you have planned for us once we get into town.
Yeah, so riders are going to come past the Capitol and then head really through the heart of downtown on Walnut Street. So it's a really good opportunity to see all of our major headquarters downtown, plus all the bars and restaurants. We have shops in the East Village. You just get that full downtown experience of our capital city. And then as you pass through downtown, you'll head to Waterworks Park, which is really larger than Central Park in its footprint. And so we are able to host both the evening activities and the concert and the campground all in that spot. And directly across from Waterworks Park is Gray's Lake, which is a lake, obviously in the middle of Des Moines, but has a 2-mile path around it as well. So trying to hit on a few good landmarks in the city.
Isn't Gray's Lake where the RAGBRAI sculpture is located?
Actually, the RAGBRAI sculpture is located within Waterworks Park. So riders will be able to see it up close and personal when they enter the park.
That is awesome. And so you're saying that once we get to Waterworks Park, of course, we can go see the statues, but our campgrounds will be there. And then also, do you have entertainment and vendors set up there as well?
Yeah, actually, that is our hub. Waterworks Park will have 2 stages set up starting at noon for entertainment. So we have a stage, the Lauridsen Amphitheater, which will be the main stage at the front of the park, and that's where the headliner Leonard Skinner will perform Wednesday evening.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have live music on that stage starting at 1 o'clock on Wednesday. But as you make your way through Waterworks Park to the campground, there's what we're calling the community stage, which is right at a bridge in the middle of the park. And the bridge is, if you're local to Des Moines, where you would normally enter off the trail system to come into the park. So it's kind of a good midpoint in there. And we'll have music from noon to about 8 o'clock before Leonard Skinner starts. So that'll have a whole nother lineup of live music. And we have over 35 food vendors throughout. We have 11 bars. We have 76 beer taps that'll be there. We have 25 other exhibitors, non-food vendors. We've got a 35-foot inflatable guitar, as we really were trying to make this ode to the Des Moines-Palooza theme. So everything within the park is designed to give that feel.
And is that your actual theme, the Des Moines Palooza?
Des Moines-Palooza is our theme, and it's a nod to the 50th year of RAGBRAI, the number of riders that we're expecting, everything that's happening within the footprint of Waterworks Park. But also, we know that the community is embracing RAGBRAI, and several bars and restaurants and attractions around town are also creating their own events or specials. And so we just really wanted the whole community to get in on this experience of hosting RAGBRAI and everything that goes with it.
And when you say we will be riding right through the heart of downtown, I'm sure that you have had plenty of meetings to figure out how cyclists and vehicles are going to be together, or are you going to be closing off roads for us?
We are actually closing off roads.
Oh, okay.
Des Moines is a very busy city, and coming from Ankeny on Highway 69 and East 14th, it's a main road into town. So between Highway 69, University, Walnut, those are all major roads for us. And just for the safety of riders and the safety of our community, we just didn't feel like it was a great idea to mix cyclists and vehicles, especially as we're talking about the sheer number of expected people.
Well, I think us cyclists will be very thankful that you made that decision.
Yes, I hope so.
And you mentioned the Capitol and, of course, Waterworks and Gray's Lake. Are there any must-see places that we want listeners to put on their radar in case they have some extra time?
So one of the things that we're doing in partnership with DART, which is the Des Moines Area Regional Transit, they are offering a special service between Waterworks Park and downtown. So once you arrive at Waterworks Park and get off your bike and want to know what to do with your downtime, you can purchase a wristband for $4, which is unlimited use that day. And DART is going to be from the front of Waterworks Park and make a full loop downtown and then back to Waterworks Park. So you can get on and off their bus as you wish. And that way you can experience more of the community than you would if you had to find your own way, somewhere outside the park.
That's a nice addition to the day.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So we'll get in, we'll shower, we'll go explore Des Moines. We're going to have a fabulous concert to watch Leonard Skinner and all the other stuff that you have planned for us. When we leave in the morning, is there anything set up for riders, or are we just kind of cruising on to the next community?
Yes, when you leave in the morning, you'll head out of the park about the way you came in, and you'll take Walnut Street back through downtown and past the Capitol. And you're actually going to go through the Iowa State Fairgrounds on your way to Pleasant Hill and Altoona. So there's several murals within the fairgrounds. The fair is in the middle of being set up for the Iowa State Fair. So we thought, let's just hit another major attraction for not only the city, but for the state, and have riders pass through there on their way out.
And those murals within the state fair are really, really cool. So hopefully riders get to see them
definite photo opportunity.
And then, spoiler alert for you riders out there, there's a really big hill right after you leave the fairgrounds. So be prepared, right?
Yeah, going down and going up. So yeah,
Yes.
proceed
Yes.
with caution.
Um, well, where can listeners go to learn more as far as, entertainment happening and campground maps and all of that good stuff?
Yep, you can find more information at RAGBRAIDesMoines.com.
Easy enough.
We're just really excited for the opportunity to host all the riders and show off our community.
Well, we are excited to come to your community. So thank you so much, Trina, for being on the podcast. And I guess we'll see you in a matter of days.
Yeah, just a few days. Thanks for having me.
Well, listeners, that is it for this week. We both want to thank you for tuning in to listen to the Just Go Bike podcast.
And if you'd like to contact us with a comment about the podcast, or maybe you have a topic in mind, you can reach us at justgobikepodcast@gmail.com, or you can also follow us on social media at Just Go Bike on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Please rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, especially if you're a fan. And if you have any extra time, pop on over to the Murphology podcast for more bike adventure interviews.
All right, that's a wrap. We'll be back next week. Until then, just go bike!